Hello and welcome to St Luke's CE Primary School. I am Mrs Clues, the head teacher of St Luke's. We are really looking forward to your child starting at St Luke's in September and working in partnership with yourselves on the next steps of your child's educational journey. This year it is very different and we have spent time working out how best we can support your child and you with the transition into primary school. Usually we would be holding a meeting for you as parents to listen about the next stages, meet the school team and have home visits, and also have an opportunity to visit your child's class. But this year it will be very different as we have to continue to follow government guidelines. To enable us to provide you with as much information as we can, we have put together a virtual tour and presentation to give you the information you will need. We've also made some small changes to how your child will start in September. We hope that we'll be able to do it in the way that we are planning, but due to the current pandemic, we are still uncertain what primary school education will look like in September. We will continue to keep you updated as much as possible, and please be rest assured that even though it is a very different time, we have your child's best interest at the forefront of our minds. We look forward to seeing you all physically soon at St Luke's, and I will now hand you over to Mrs Casey and Mrs Finney. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hello children! Welcome to St Luke's. I'm Mrs Casey
And I'm Mrs Finney.
and we're going to be your class teachers. Come on in and we'll show you around.
Come on in. So this is where we come in the mornings. This is our cloakroom area. And as you can see, this is where we hang our coats and we'll put our wellies and all of our belongings. And also, just show you quickly, these are our bathrooms, our lovely bright bathrooms. So let's take you through into our classroom areas now. Come on in.
This is one of our classrooms. This is where we come in, and in the mornings we'll put our book bag in our tray. Everyone's got their own tray, so you can pop them in there. And this is our carpet that we sometimes sit on and do some of our learning.
And as you can see, there's lots of activities set up for you to do. So we're always really, really busy in Ladybirds and Hedgehogs. Lots of things to do. Come over here and we'll just show you our outside area.
A nice big area for you to come and play, take our learning outside and go out there in all weathers.
So we just wanted to show you where you'd be coming in September. And we're going to talk to the grown-ups now, so we'll see you soon. Bye!
Now we're going to take you through a presentation. Now we would normally do that face to face, but due to the current situation we can't do that. So we'll just go through a PowerPoint with some key information for you. Now this is what our curriculum looks like. It's split up into two areas, the prime areas of learning and the specific areas of learning. Don't worry too much about that at the minute because in the autumn term we'll do lots of workshops for you. But it's the prime areas that we tend to concentrate on at the beginning, so for the first term. And once these are like your foundations for learning, and once these are firmly embedded and secure, these areas will very, very quickly take off. Just to give you an idea of how your child's learning journey will begin when they come to us, we start teaching phonics. So as soon as the children come in, they'll start learning new sounds. We use a program called Jolly Phonics, which is links the sounds to a song and an action. So we'll have daily carpet sessions where they'll learn new sounds. And very early on, we start looking at how we can put those sounds together to make words. But again, we will hold a workshop in that first autumn term just to let you know what Jolly Phonics is all about and how you can support your child at home. We also start looking at the reading, so your child will get their first reading book, their reading record, and also the sounds that we've been learning. All of those will start coming home with the children at the end of their first week of full time. And with the number work, everything is taught very practically. We have lots of activities that we set up and lots of carpet times where we learn, lots of practical sessions. So that just gives you a little bit of an overview of what the children will be learning when they first come in. Right, so by the end of this week you'll have the opportunity to pick up a pack, and within that pack there are various booklets, and these are just a few of them, and they're just some things that will help your child settle into school. So please do take that time just to go through them and maybe try some of those activities over the summer. Again, all this information will be in your pack, but these are the key dates for starting school. Obviously things look very different to what we would normally do, so we have had to move things around a little bit, but this is how it's going to work from September. So to start off with, your child will be invited to a stay and play session. They'll either come to the one on the Thursday or the Friday, and then the following week we're going to start part-time sessions. So your children will either attend school in the mornings or in the afternoons. Again, all that information is in your pack, so you'll be able to find out which is which for your child. And then from the 14th of September, that's when full-time school begins. So then everybody will be in from 8:55 till 3:30.
Right, we can't stress enough how important it is to please label everything. And we do mean everything.
We do mean everything.
Shoes, socks, anything. Because the children do obviously try, and they will try and look for their name and things like that, but it just helps us, doesn't it?
With the best will in the world, with 30 children with the same
It's hard.
T-shirts and jumpers,
It can
it's
be quite
really
difficult.
important that it goes into everything.
We will need the wellies as well, so every Wednesday we take our learning outside and we have a welly Wednesday. So they will have a pair of wellies in school that stay in school. These also need to be labelled, and their PE kit as well.
In the pack there's a form for you to have a look at for the company called Big Fish, which is where you can order their uniform. So that will all be ordered online. And again, all the bits and pieces in that pack, there's also some paperwork for you to fill in, some forms and bits and pieces. We need you to complete and return that paperwork as soon as possible, please. If you could give the school a current email address as well for yourselves. The email address is for a couple of reasons. One is for so that the office can send you parent mail, so that's our school communications. But also we use a system called Tapestry, which is an online journal where we will take observations of your child in school, and we can then send them to you, and equally you can send us things that your children have been doing at home, so that's really important. So if you can provide us with that as soon as possible. And then on the first day, so when the children come for their part-time sessions, you will need to bring into school either their passport or their birth certificate, and that's just so the office can just have a copy of that, and it'll be given straight back to you. Other than that,
I think that's it.
that's it.
Just one last thing, if you're worried about anything or you want an answer, you're not sure about anything, please do ring the school office and Mrs Finney or I will get back to you.
Brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much. I hope that's been informative for you, and we look forward to
yeah.
seeing you in September. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.